This is a 3rd generation Scarlett interface. It's been my personal go-to interface for the past 3 years, and it's my favorite interface that I've tested so far. I've tested PreSonus interfaces, Behringers, Steinbergs, and none has been so good like the Focusrite audio interface. And today we're going to be checking out and seeing how the updated Focusrite interface improves, and just talk about the differences and see how much better the 4th generation Focusrite interface is from the 3rd gen. And this Scarlett Solo is special because this is the part of a giveaway being run at Black Lotus Audio. So if you want a chance to win this 4th generation Focusrite interface and win a bunch of other cool prizes, definitely check out the link down in the description. So here is the interface, and this interface is really awesome because it's a really portable and small interface compared to my Studio 3rd gen, which is a 4i4. This is a Solo, and that is because it has less inputs from the 4th gen. So if you really don't need the inputs, I have a bunch of inputs in the back here, MIDI and all those, because I run synthesizers. I do a lot of other production. I have a bunch of other production needs that the Solo doesn't satisfy for me. But if you have a laptop, a microphone, and some headphones, this is the perfect interface to get. And I'm gonna show you guys now why. And so far, the first thing that really catches my eye is that they removed the piano black in the front, so it's now more matte black in the front and the back. It still looks really beautiful. They now have a black logo here, the Focusrite logo instead of the white, but it's basically the same form factor. So if I put them side by side here, you guys might be able to see they are pretty much the same style. So you're still getting a Focusrite interface, and of course, ever since the 3rd gen, it now comes with USB-C, as you guys can see here. So it has a nice little USB-C, which isn't actually USB-C speeds. It also has your cable here in the box, so it has a nice little USB-B to USB-C cable. And an interesting fact about outer interfaces is that they still run at USB 2.0 speeds, because audio data isn't that huge when running through interfaces. So that's more because modern system now uses USB-C. There's a lot of MacBooks that don't have the old regular USB-A type port. So now you got those here in the back. And talking about the back, you have your nice little second input here in the back. So you have an XLR input on the back and a 1/4 inch input on the front. And this is really nice because a lot of studios have, for example me, where you guys can see when I put my microphone, it has the cable falling forward. So it's really nice for cable management to see that nice XLR input on the back, so that you can route the cables on the back of your desk and have a nice little organized cable management system. The knobs feel really solid. They have a really nice resistance, and they're nice to the touch here, especially the output here. And they have a nice little texture, so they updated the knob type, and they have this nice little metallic texture. So this is actual metal here on the output knobs here for the headphones and the speakers. They have really nice looking and really nice fitting buttons here for your instrument, your 48 volt, and your air button. And the air button is, I think, one of the reasons that Focusrite has some of the best audio interfaces, because it emulates and gives you a really clean result on your microphones just by enabling that. So you don't even need to post-process the audio, so you have really nice sounding results from your microphone. Of course, if you have a really nice microphone, that's gonna sound a lot better than a cheaper, newer microphone that costs $20. Those are still really great, but the air gives it even better, cleaner, brighter result. So now let's plug it in and see it in the DAW and see how it looks, how it behaves, and how it sounds. So let's talk about the difference between the 4th gen and the 3rd gen. I'm not gonna go technical, I'm not gonna go detailed on the differences between the two, because I'm not that much into the details. I'm not into like the differences between 4 dBs in the gain of the preamps or how much impedance there is on the headphones. I really don't care about that. I care about real world, real life performance and having it tested in the studio to see how it performs. And this in terms of sound quality and performance, on how much gain you can crank up, how much you can how much volume you can crank into your headphones, is basically the same thing as the 3rd gen in terms of ear performance, how it sounds on my ear. So if you already have a 3rd gen Focusrite, then you don't need a 4th gen, because this is a slight upgrade. So this is more meant for the people that don't have a audio interface or have a very old and outdated audio interface. The latency is pretty much the same. You do get the really nice Focusrite 2 control software, which is really nice. You get some really nice dials that you can see with the audio meters, so you can sort of set the level a bit better, so that's a little bit of a visual cue. And the biggest upgrade from the 3rd gen to the 4th gen, the 3rd gen introduced something called the air mode, which added a different mode into your microphone preamp, adding some presence into the sound. And this is done by emulating older Focusrite interface preamps, so it gave that more bright, more high-end sound. The new 4th gen interfaces also have that and do it a step further by having 2 air modes. So you have the presence air mode and you have an air with drive mode, which honestly, when I tested it, it sounded really, really good. You can really tell and you can really hear the drive, adding a little bit of warmth, a little bit of distortion into the low end of my voice, and it sounded really nice. And it sounded really nice, but it's something that I can add in post because I already have a 3rd gen, so I don't have the need to upgrade to a 4th gen interface. And so if you don't have an interface, the 4th gen Scarlett is one of the best interfaces you can get. It has some really premium, really high quality preamps that barely have any noise until you crank them all the way up, and it's very barely there. You can barely notice the noise floor. You can crank your headphones really, really loud, so you can have them 1/4 of the way, and it's gonna be really, really loud. It can power some really heavy speakers. It has everything you need to have a running and working studio. And I've been really happy with my 3rd gen. I've had a few different audio interfaces, including some PreSonus, Steinberg, and compared to the Focusrite, those were trash. Focusrite really does have some premium interfaces. And if you guys want a interface for yourself, you guys actually have the chance to win this interface that I'm holding right now. And all you have to do is participate in my remix contest. So if you guys want a chance to win this audio interface and give your studio an upgrade, all you have to do is go to the links down in the description, where all the instructions on the remix contest, you can get the stems, you can get the start and finish dates and all that in the link down in the description. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was Soundkiller with a really awesome comparison, comparing Focusrite with Focusrite. I hope you guys found this video really awesome. If you guys want to see more studio content, I have more videos coming up. So don't forget to like and subscribe so that I know you guys want to see that next. Anyways, Soundkiller, and I'll see you in the next one.